So, every plan that I ever talk about generally starts with goals. That's what we're going to start today, is with goals. There are many outcomes of a successful campaign. It just depends on what you're looking for out of your campaign. And notice how I call all of these things outcomes. I have not called anything a goal yet, because these are outcomes. They are not a goal. So when people come to me and they say, I want to increase traffic to my website, that's what my goal of my online marketing campaign is. I'm like, that is an outcome. It is not actually a goal. Because anybody who's learned how to write SMART goals before is like, that's just, doesn't have all the, this doesn't fit the acronym, right? Okay. So these are all poor goals examples because they're outcomes of activities that lack action plans. They don't share a purpose, and they're advertiser centered. They're centered around me. I want this. Whereas online marketing needs to be centered around your people, all your target market, because they only care about themselves. And we all have this syndrome that's like remote control syndrome. And I watch my husband do it because I don't hardly ever use the remote because I just watch Disney Junior, which doesn't have commercials on it. But he, like, a commercial comes on, he just clicks to the next channel, and that's what they do on your website as well. And when they're making their buying decisions online. So if you're not actually centering it around what they want and need, they're just going to leave. So be aware of this. They will just ignore it because we've been programmed to do this. And especially people of my generation who are completely oversaturated with marketing and have been since we were like that big. All right, so good goals examples. Notice how long this is. This is really long, isn't it? But it's okay because it hits all the key points. I'm going to give you your recipe in a second for a good goal. So I want to reach a new demographic by increasing traffic to our website by offering unbiased resources geared towards young couples buying their first home so that they'll feel empowered, comfortable, and supported throughout the home buying process, building a relationship with our viewers so they'll be more likely to work with us when they're ready to buy. Yeah. It is. It's lengthy, isn't it? Okay, and here's one that's actually an example of a May Create goal. So we want to increase traffic to our website using social media outlets for our online service estimator to allow those looking for services to get an instant quote, enabling us to gather lead information and pre-qualify leads, saving the visitors and the sales staff time. So the goal here is saving time. I know that these people say, how much does the website cost? And everybody who answers the phone and is a good salesperson says, it depends. Well, I'm saying, it depends, and you can figure out what the number is. All you got to do is fill in the blanks. Thank you. So I gave you what you wanted, and I saved you the time because you're looking at it going, well, there's no way I'm going to talk to that girl. I don't have that money. Or, hey, that's better budget than I thought it was. I love it when people say that. People come in, they're like, you're so cheap. I'm like, I don't like to hear that. Okay, so your recipe for goals, my totally corny goals recipe, is to preheat your oven for long-term success. So this is the big picture goal, right? And then you're going to prep a customer-centric pan. It's always about your customer, your client, whatever you call them. You're going to mix together 1 cup of outcome. Maybe it's to drive traffic. Maybe it's to generate leads. 1 cup of action plan. What are you going to do this outcome? And 2 cups of clear purpose, because you're going to have 1 cup of your agenda and 1 cup of their agenda. You know that you want to get something, but you got to give something to get it, right? And then you're going to serve it warm and review it often, because it's going to be really nice and people are going to want to read it. And that's my clever goals recipe.